So this is my basic rendering of creating a strategic plan for your business. This is something that I've learned throughout the years. So just a little bit about me. I have never done an MBA. Okay, I have not done anything in like business administration or anything. This is just everything that I've understood from trying to run a business. So see, when you're running a business, whether it's a family business, small business, whatever, you pretty much are the CEO at the very start, or the person that is kind of pretty much doing everything. All right. So in traditional business, they teach us that you have a CEO, then you have a you know you have a COO, you have all these C level positions like CFO. You have your chief of HR, whatever. Chief human resources, whatever officer. My point is that this is not important at all, but just for understanding at the very point is that you always start with creating a strategic plan. All right, your strategic plan should pretty much outline goals, objectives, what's your business model, what's your revenue model, what's the SWOT analysis, what are the resources required for your business, who are your user personas. Now there's going to be a little bit of overlap because as I started writing this down, I understood a couple of more things that is necessary for your business. All right. So actually, marketing strategy would have your user personas in a way, but marketing strategy would kind of entail what's your branding, public relations, social media strategy, what's your email, how you plan to get more users. Basically, sales is all about how you price your product or service, how are you reaching out to new clientele, how you managing inbound messaging or any inbound queries, what is the communication behind it. So what are your the communications could have like templates, scripts, right, do's and don'ts, right? So this is strategy. So strategy is just like outlining what are the different variables or attributes required for your business in order to for it to achieve its goals. All right, so every business has goals, right? And your goals would kind of have achieving x amount of revenue. So goals could be like KPI based or metric based, and these metrics can be again revenue based. It could be user acquisition, stuff like that. So won't get into detail. So after marketing we have sales. So sales is again pricing, outreach, inbound. After that I have human resource strategy, which is how are we hiring people, what are different departments, how do these departments communicate with one another. You also have service or product strategy, depending on if whether your business is a product or service business. In that you pretty much have how are you delivering your service, or your product, what's the way you do it. How In service you also have how to do the how to exactly execute or operate the particular service, right? A little bit of blurred lines because service and product are two different types of businesses altogether. But let's just call this delivery, which is how are you fulfilling. Delivery is basically like fulfillment, right, of whatever the customer has purchased. Then you have management strategy. This is very important. This is exactly how your team is managed. I think I would rather have this as internal and external. So how do you manage your team, and then external would be how are you managing clients, if that is something that you have in your business, right? So internal management strategy would have everything from your communication, what are the SOPs, who communicates to who needs to get done, what are the feedback loops. External would be like how are you managing communications with your clients, what are the SOPs, what are the do's and don'ts, right? So management is very important. This is your typical like project managers, your CSs, your in management. Yeah, I mean project management, product sorry, project managers or product managers are also kind of involved. CSs, account managers, you might have heard this word, account managers, all kind of come under this management management department. And then you have innovation research, which is very important. This is basically doing new stuff. What are problems that can be solved with new tech. Like today, like in 2025, you have AI, you have a lot of more tools available, right? You can build a website now in 60 minutes. So what can we leverage? What is the existing tech that can be leveraged, or new ways that you found out of doing something? Like there was a problem of maybe getting customers in the past. Now because you have to email one by one, now you can use a tool to email 10 or 20 people at the same time. So that is kind of part of innovation, upar se. So yeah, this is like homemade business plan, strategic plan for running a business. As this is as per my knowledge. Now I do have, once again, I'll just re-record this.